Hello MotoGP enthusiasts. Welcome back to ZNGP Today. Fabio Quartararo arrives in Jerez with fond memories and a clear target: translate his historic qualifying form into consistent race results, while the new V4 Yamaha proves its worth. After a frustrating weekend at COTA and mixed signals from Brazil and the USA, the Frenchman wants comparisons with last year's Inline M1 to stop and for the V4 to show it can compete where it matters most. Toprak Razgatlioglu arrives at Jerez buoyed by memories of WorldSBK success and a private Yamaha test, but he must now prove those positive sensations on a full MotoGP weekend. The Turkish rider believes the circuit's characteristics and his past triumphs could help the Pramac Yamaha project take a step forward as the season moves into Europe. Marquez and Francesco Bagnaia arrive in Jerez with clear purpose. The first European round is a pivotal moment to measure Ducati's progress and to build momentum in front of a passionate home crowd. Marquez used the April break to focus on recovery and preparation, while Bagnaia brings a catalogue of winning memories and technical confidence to a circuit that has suited him across categories. Hodgson has delivered a stark assessment of Marquez's situation ahead of Jerez, arguing that a combination of points deficit, lingering injury issues and unusual behavior in the Ducati garage has placed the 9-time world champion under intense pressure. Hodgson warns that the margin for error is vanishing and that Jerez could be a decisive turning point in the championship. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Quartararo reminded everyone that Jerez is a special place for him, the scene of his first MotoGP wins and last year's brilliant pole and podium. Those past successes give him confidence heading into a packed European run. Jerez is a track with a special atmosphere. I have good memories at this track. It's special to me because I took my first MotoGP victory here. Yamaha's V4 has produced inconsistent results, an encouraging 4th on the grid in Brazil and 6th in the sprint, but a lowly best finish of 14th at COTA. Quartararo's plea to stop direct lap time comparisons with last year's Inline M1 reflects frustration at headline metrics that don't tell the whole story. Stop comparing lap times a bit. In qualifying, we were half a second faster than last year, while the others gained a second. The V4 has shown one lap pace in pockets, but race performance and consistency remain the issue. Quartararo's ability to convert strong qualifying into race results will be a key indicator of whether the V4 is a genuine step forward or still a work in progress. Qualifying speed is valuable, but race weekends demand tire management, stability under braking and predictable power delivery, areas where a new engine can reveal its true maturity. Teammate Alex Rins arrives under pressure, with his future uncertain and just 3 points so far. Yamaha's internal situation and potential lineup changes add another layer to the weekend stakes. Both riders need clarity from the bike to perform amid a busy calendar. When a team faces personnel uncertainty, on-track performance becomes the clearest barometer of direction. Strong results at Jerez would ease internal tensions and buy time for development. Yamaha is tipped to bring its first engine upgrade at Le Mans, with the possibility of fitting a revised power plant to Augusto Fernandez's wildcard at Jerez for Monday's test. Quartararo and the team will be watching closely. A successful upgrade could change the V4 narrative quickly. Mid-season engine updates can be decisive if they address core weaknesses. Testing a new unit on a wildcard machine is a pragmatic way to accelerate validation before full deployment. Jerez is a crucial weekend for Fabio Quartararo and Yamaha. The circuit's tighter layout should blunt some of the V4's straight-line disadvantages and offer a clearer read on whether the package can deliver race day results. If Quartararo can convert his qualifying speed into a strong Sunday performance, and Yamaha's planned upgrades show promise, the V4's early doubts will ease. If not, the team faces a difficult run of races where incremental gains may not be enough. For now, Quartararo's pole record and Jerez pedigree give him reason for optimism. but the V4 must prove it can perform consistently when it counts. Razgatlioglu has twice sealed WorldSBK titles at Jerez and returns with strong emotional ties to the track. He hopes that the confidence and rhythm he found on the layout in superbikes can be replicated on the MotoGP machine. I really like Jerez. In the past 2 years I became world champion on this track, so I have fantastic memories. A private Yamaha test at Jerez gave Razgatlioglu useful seat time, yet testing and race conditions differ. This weekend he faces the full grid and the pressure of race traffic, tire management, and race strategy. Tests are valuable for baseline work, but race weekends expose a bike's weaknesses under competitive stress. Jerez will reveal whether private gains hold up in real conditions. Jerez's tighter, twisty layout should blunt some of the V4's straight-line disadvantages and offer a fairer comparison with rivals. Team director Gino Boursois believes the circuit could suit the new Yamaha architecture better than the opening rounds. Jerez is a completely different circuit compared to the 3 we have raced at so far, with characteristics that could potentially suit the new Yamaha V4 project better. Razgatlioglu emphasized that the team is working hard on the package and that he's eager to see tangible improvements. With a wild card and Monday test on the schedule, Yamaha could accelerate validation of any upgrades introduced at Jerez. I know the team is working hard to improve the package, so I'm looking forward to giving my best. Razgatlioglu's immediate goal is to build on the first MotoGP points he scored at COTA and to help the team extract clearer direction from the V4 project. Teammate Jack Miller's struggles underline the broader challenge. Both riders need a more competitive baseline to fight consistently. Early points are morale-boosting, but sustained progress requires predictable handling and engine behavior across different circuits. Jerez offers Toprak Razgatlioglu a favorable environment to test whether his superbike confidence can be mirrored on the MotoGP bike. The circuit's characteristics and Yamaha's development window make it a logical place to expect clearer signs of progress. If the V4 behaves more predictably and the team's tweaks pay off, Razgatlioglu could convert his positive memories into a strong result and help steer Yamaha's upgrade path. If not, the weekend will underline how much work remains to make the new package competitive across the European swing. After 3 weeks without racing, Marquez emphasized that the pause was an opportunity to recover and sharpen for the European swing. He framed the time off as deliberate preparation ahead of his home Grand Prix, where fan support and familiarity with the track add extra motivation. I've made the most of this 3-week break to recover ahead of the first European races of the season. For a rider managing form and fitness, a well-timed break can restore confidence and reduce niggles, allowing a more aggressive approach when competition resumes. Both Marquez and Bagnaia described Jerez as a classic circuit, technical, complete, and steeped in atmosphere. Marquez recalled the thrill of his sprint win there last year, while Bagnaia pointed to a long history of success from junior classes through to MotoGP. Jerez is a circuit I really like. One of the great classics of the calendar, technical, fast, and complete. Emotional connection to a venue often sharpens focus. Riders who have historically performed well at a track can draw on those memories to find extra confidence. As the first European round, Jerez is a diagnostic weekend for Ducati. The team will use the event to assess whether recent work and rider preparation have closed gaps exposed earlier in the season. With both factory riders motivated, the weekend doubles as a performance check and a statement to rivals. European circuits tend to reduce variables and reveal the true balance between rider and machine. A strong showing at Jerez can reset momentum. Marquez highlighted Monday's post-race test as a key part of the weekend plan. The extra track time gives Ducati a chance to validate setup changes and gather data under race conditions, accelerating development decisions for the coming rounds. Post-race tests are invaluable for rapid iteration. They let teams trial parts and settings without the pressure of race results, speeding up the path from hypothesis to on-track improvement. Racing in front of a home crowd brings both pressure and energy. Marquez and Bagnaia both acknowledge the boost that Andalusian fans provide, and Ducati will be counting on that atmosphere to lift performance and morale. Crowd support can be a tangible advantage, especially when combined with a rider who feels comfortable and confident at the circuit. Jerez represents more than a single race for Ducati. It is a moment to validate recovery, confirm development directions and harness home support. If Marquez's recovery has progressed as he suggests and Bagnaia's technical comfort translates into pace, Ducati could use the weekend to close the gap to the early leaders. Conversely, if issues persist, Jerez will expose them under the microscope of Europe's familiar circuits. For now, Ducati arrives motivated, focused and ready to use Jerez as a turning point in their season. Hodgson emphasized the arithmetic of the title fight. Marquez sits well behind the leaders and cannot afford a costly error. With rivals running strongly, a single crash or mistake at Jerez would have outsized consequences for his championship hopes. Mark is 36 points behind. He can't afford a mistake. In a tightly contested season, one DNF or heavy points loss can swing momentum irreversibly. Riders under pressure often face a trade-off between attacking to recover ground and riding conservatively to preserve points. Hodgson flagged Marquez's shoulder and overall physical condition as a continuing factor. He suggested that the combination of physical limitation and the urgency to close the gap may be nudging Marquez toward riskier decisions on track. It's so obvious he isn't 100%. Physical discomfort can subtly alter braking points, corner entry and confidence. Small changes that increase the likelihood of mistakes when a rider tries to compensate. Beyond lap times, Hodgson drew attention to Marquez's demeanor inside the Ducati garage, describing aspects of his interaction and approach as quite unusual for a MotoGP rider. That behavior, he argued, could reflect adaptation challenges or internal tension as the rider integrates into a new factory environment. Team dynamics and communication are often invisible performance levers. When a rider's behavior departs from the norm, it can signal friction that affects setup decisions and morale. Hodgson placed Marquez's struggles in the wider context of Ducati's less dominant start to the season. With the factory no longer imposing the same clear advantage, every small deficit, mechanical, setup or rider fitness, becomes magnified in the championship fight. When a manufacturer's margin shrinks, teams and riders must extract gains from marginal areas. Any unresolved weakness is quickly exposed by rivals who have improved. Hodgson used the platform to critique broader technical trends, singling out Yamaha's V4 as currently underperforming compared with the Inline 4. His blunt assessment underlined how technical uncertainty across the grid is shaping narratives beyond individual riders. Wouldn't it be better to just blow up the engines? As things stand, their V4 is slower than the Inline 4. Technical transitions are rarely smooth. Public criticism from experienced voices can accelerate development urgency but also increase pressure on engineers and riders. Hodgson's verdict is uncompromising. Jerez is a make-or-break weekend for Marquez. If his fitness improves and Ducati's package responds, Marquez can stabilize his campaign and reassert himself in the title fight. If physical limitations, team friction or setup shortfalls persist, a single error at a technical circuit like Jerez could have championship-ending consequences. For now, the spotlight is on Marquez's ability to manage pressure, avoid mistakes and extract performance from a bike and team under renewed scrutiny. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. And see you next time!